Hi, everybody. This is Carissa with the Boys and Girls Club. I'm the Youth Services Program Coordinator, and today I'm going to be introducing Brian Brandon and interviewing him for our career fair. So Brian is the Chief Information Officer of Cormark. So I guess you can say hi if you want.
Hello,
Uh,
happy to be here.
so yeah, I'll just go through the questions, answer as best as you want, as much information, and yeah. So the first question, what do you do for a living?
Okay, so as Chris mentioned, I'm Chief Information Officer for Cormark International. So basically, Chief Information Officer, I'm the head of the IT department and function for our company. Cormark, it's an organization that does wholesale distribution to convenience stores across Canada and the United States. So basically, if you've been into a 7-Eleven or Circle K, chances are we probably delivered it to it. So it gives you a bit of an idea what it is. And I'm just responsible for the overall information technology required to support that. So warehouse, logistics, shipping, inventory management, financials, anything IT related kind of falls within my team.
Sweet. Um, why did you originally get into this career?
So I've been in it a while now. When I got out of high school, I was working in restaurants. Thought that was going to be my career, probably in restaurant management, maybe running a restaurant, and then decided, early on, my wife and I, that we were going to have a family, and maybe thought it might be good to look at some alternatives career-wise. So decided I'd maybe go back to college. Took a look to see what options were available. Really hadn't been interested in technology a lot in high school. It was still fairly new, but I thought technology would be a good field that would be around for a while. And so as a result, fortunately chose to go back to school. Got my 2-year technical diploma from Winter College, and since then, started out early on programming and continued to progress my career to the role that I'm in today.
Sweet. What does the day-to-day look like for this career?
Okay, so it'll vary. There's lots of different roles within IT. When I started out, basically I was doing what they called maintenance programming. So basically troubleshooting, making enhancements to existing programs for an organization. In some cases, entry-level roles could be tech support. So working on PCs, notebooks, printers, making sure people get connected, supporting tools like um, Outlook, Mail, Zoom, different tools that people that are younger, like your age, use all the time and see common. There's other ones that are more, analysis, design. So, figuring out what organizations need, figuring out what technology can support their needs, and then looking at putting solutions in there. And then there's a variety of ones that get more technical, deeper, more specialized through, training, different types of things that you can get involved in. And then you can get into more management leadership type positions as well. Most organizations nowadays, technology plays a pretty big role with it. And so definitely lots of opportunities, really depending on what you're interested in. You can probably find a career within IT.
Nice. What type of training or schooling did you need in order to work in IT?
Yeah, so back, I graduated college, I hate to say this, in 1992. Early on, like I said, I took a 2-year technical diploma. Back then and even today, a lot of people can get a technical diploma or you can get a full, Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Science degree in computer science. So you can go technology or business route. But generally in IT, you tend to have continuous learning. Technology changes over and over. So staying current with that, getting a foundational base, either a 2-year or 4-year program will get you a good foundation, and then be prepared for lifelong learning as new technologies come up.
Sweet. How does someone get a job in the field?
Okay. Um, you know, Networking is good. Knowing people that might be in the industry. The good thing is because technology is so pervasive in every organization, the chances are somebody that works at a company that has an IT department. And so
Yeah.
if it's something you're interested in, we're able to have training within that. Reach out to family, friends, that type of thing. LinkedIn is a very good tool. If you can get your profile on there, make sure that it's professional. identify what you're interested in. It's an opportunity to watch for jobs as they get posted. A lot of organizations will post their jobs there. And then as well, some of the standard career, Indeed, Monster, those types of things. Keeping an eye open for when positions come up is a good way to find out.
Great. What are some challenges that are faced in this career?
Hmm. It can be, I would guess, a fairly demanding career at times. Most people expect their technology to work 24/7, and so it doesn't always work that way. And so, depending on your role, sometimes you may need to provide some support on what would be a standard, 9 to 5 type job.
Yeah.
But generally, there's pretty good work-life balance there as well. If you've got to work later, you can usually get time off or get compensated for that. So that's a good thing. Um, Challenges as well, maybe, staying current, the pace of change.
Yeah.
You can, if you don't stay continually educating yourself, you can fall behind and maybe put yourself in a position where you may not be able to advance
Yeah.
within your career. But really, it's one of those ones. If you enjoy a challenge and you enjoy change and new things, it's a good one to check out for sure.
Great. And my last question is, do you have any advice or tips for youth who are interested in this career? And what would you tell somebody who's new to the career?
Um, Advice or tips, if it's something you're interested in, even slightly, it's worth exploring. As I mentioned earlier on in this call, there's lots of different roles. And so, if you might be very technical and like to work by yourself, there's probably jobs like that. If you're a little more social,
Yeah.
there's lots of opportunities to interact with people and work in groups, teamwork. So some people think technology-wise, you're sitting in front of a computer all the time, you're by yourself, type of thing. That's definitely not the case,
Yep.
unless you want it to be. That's an opportunity there as well. I think if you're interested, there's tends to be career fairs. Schools will offer, basically, uh, work fairs or education fairs to get exposure to that. One thing I would like to point out as well, historically, IT, at least in the earlier days, tended to be a little more male dominant type of field, whereas a lot more females are getting into it now. And there's a lot more diversification and diversity. And so, with that, if you've got a strong aptitude, definitely is a good career path for you to consider.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for answering all those questions and taking time to chat with all of us.
You're welcome. Very happy to. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out anytime.
Awesome. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks.